So hello students, in the last lecture we have seen what is meant by set is said to be bounded above, bounded below, what is lower bound, what is upper bound. So in this lecture we have to see what is meant by supremum or infimum. Supremum means if the set of upper bounds, you know that in every set has number of upper bounds. So if the set of upper bounds of a set S has the smallest member, say capital M, then it is called as the least upper bound, or it is called as the supremum. Least upper bound or supremum. Now this supremum may or may not exist at any time, everywhere, and if it exists then it may or may not belongs to that set S. So this is the property. सुप्रीमम कधी कधी एक्झिस्ट होतो किंवा होत नाही, आणि झाला तरी तो त्या सेट मध्ये असावाच असं काही नाही त्याच्यामध्ये. सो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सुप्रीमम. नाउ फॉर द सुप्रीमम इट मस्ट सॅटिस्फाय two conditions. So which conditions? So we say that M is supremum. We say that M is supremum of set S if first condition, what is the condition? It must be upper bound of S. It must be upper bound of S. And what is the second? As it is the least upper bound, any number less than M is not upper bound of S. Any number less than M is not upper bound of S. That is for any positive integer, that is for any positive number epsilon, for any positive number epsilon, y must be greater than m minus epsilon. Y must be greater than m minus epsilon. हा लिस्ट अपर बाउंड आहे. लिस्ट अपर बाउंड असल्यामुळे त्याच्यापेक्षा लहान जरी असेल तरी तो याचा अपर बाउंड असू शकत नाही. त्याच्यामुळे दिस y इज ग्रेटर दॅन दिस m मायनस epsilon. Now one more thing, supremum of S is unique. It means it is not possible for the set can have more than one supremum. There should be one supremum for any set. So let us prove this. Suppose that M and M dash be two supremum of set S. Be supremum of set S. Then what will happen? Now as M is the least upper bound supremum, M must be the upper bound. So as M is upper bound of S, therefore, and M is least upper bound of S, and M dash is also upper bound. What we are assuming? We are assuming that M and M are least upper bounds. So as we are writing M is supremum and M dash is also supremum. So we are considering here M is supremum and M dash is also upper bound. So by our definition, M must be less than or equal to M dash. I am sending PDF with this video. Therefore, you can write from this, and we can make your notes from that PDF also. So M is less than or equal to M dash. Now we make one argument. M dash is again supremum and M is upper bound. M is upper bound. So in this case, M dash less than or equal to M. So this is second point, or mathematics. M is less than or equal to M dash and M dash is less than or equal to M. By combining these two statements, we have M is equal to M dash, and therefore we have proved here any set cannot have two supremums. Supremum is always unique. Now infimum. Now what is infimum? So naturally, how we can define this infimum? Infimum means if the set of lower bounds of a set is, if the set of lower bounds of set S has greatest member, has greatest member, then suppose it is small m. Now it is called as the greatest lower bound of that set S. It is called greatest lower bound. Or that is, we can say GLB, or that is the infimum of that set. And as just we have seen about the supremum, just like that, any set cannot have two infimums. That you can also prove that. Now, what are the two conditions of this infimum? The conditions of infimum, suppose that we say that small m is the infimum of set S. It means which two conditions it must satisfy? Number one condition, it must be lower bound of S. And second, as it is the greatest, therefore no number greater than M is lower bound of S. That is, there exists Z belongs to S such that Z is less than this M plus epsilon. These two conditions must satisfy, then that is the greatest lower bound. Now we will see some examples. For example, N means set of natural numbers. Or we can say that is the set of positive integers. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you may observe this, whether it is bounded above. No, it is bounded below. And therefore it is bounded below by 1. Now I, that is the set of integers. Set of integers means 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 plus or minus 3. It is not bounded. Q is not bounded. Q means that is the set of rational numbers. It is not bounded. R, you know what is R? R is the set of real numbers, means x such that this minus infinity less than x less than infinity. It is also not bounded. One more example. Suppose I write here the set S1 of positive real numbers. So S1 is equal to, in set x such that x is greater than 0 and this x belongs to R. X belongs to R is not bounded above. Is not bounded above. Is not bounded above, but it is bounded below. But it is bounded below. But it is bounded below. Now here infimum. What will be infimum for this set? Observe. It is not bounded above. As it is not bounded above, therefore it has no upper bound. So, but it is bounded below. It means it has number of lower bounds. Number of lower bounds, but infimum. Infimum means that is the greatest lower bound. So, greatest lower bound will be 0. Greatest lower bound will be 0 because this set is x is greater than 0. We cannot take negative here. We cannot take negative, and therefore the greatest lower bound is 0. That is the infimum. Infimum means that is the greatest lower bound. That is the 0. Now second example, see here S2, that is x such that 0 less than x less than 1 and this x belongs to R. X belongs to R. Now it is bounded. It is bounded with supremum 1 and bounded below with 0. It means here infimum is 0. Infimum is 0 and supremum is 1. And both does not belongs to this set because this set consists of only the numbers greater than 0 and less than 1. And therefore infimum and supremum are not members of this set. So this is one example. So, and one more example, that is our intervals, open interval, closed intervals, right half open interval, left half open, all are bounded. All are bounded. So here we stop. In the next lecture we will see one important theorem regarding this paper. Okay.